Guys, welcome back to another monster videos. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the new Vlad monster. It's literally a 2.0 Vlad, and this is the Golden Legends Pass monster, so you can actually pick this monster up through the Golden Legends Pass right now. But today, I'm going to do a full review from level 1 to 150, rank 5. I'm going to show you guys if this monster is really worth your bucks. And for those of you guys that pick them up, this is going to be that review you want to watch. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, it's going to get started. Alrighty guys, so take a look at this. We have Marquess Vlad here, and again, this is part of the Golden Legends Pass. You can actually pick it up right now through the game. You can hit the link down below or scan the QR code that's going to be on the screen. That will take you straight on. But this is the second monster. Wow, back to back. Look at that. It is actually, it has the revival ascent. Also, the ancestral monster has it too, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 3 for 3 right there. So it is a dark monster, of course, and it is part of the Undead and Families book. So it is part of a synergy team as well. Oh, it's him with her together. What about the third one? Usually there's a third monster. So anyways, huge thanks to Social Point, by the way, for giving me all the resources and everything that's needed to make this review possible for you guys. So here we go. The monster is ready. Okay. Oh my goodness. He's just sucking everything. Oh, is he sucking their soul? I think so. I think that's what just happened. But yeah, it's literally right after Dame. And then we have Fire Warp, which I already did a review on. Make sure to check that out. But yeah, before we start feeding him up, let me go ahead and start ranking up this monster. Let's see what he has to offer in terms of traits. It looks like he has immunity to torture already as a trait, which is really good. And then immune to trigger that, which is actually pretty good too. Helps against, monsters that will apply death countdown. Ural with the demonic pack talent, which a lot of players like to run. So anyways, what else do we have? At rank 3, you get Sacrifice or Possession immunity. Okay, and it's only to himself, by the way, so he can't really get possessed. That's cool. But let's go ahead and just max the monster out. So here we go. And finally, the monster is maxed out. So there's the baby form right there for those guys that were wondering. But we're going to go ahead and get it to the adult form, which it just looks a lot cooler, especially with that wing and like the skull that he's holding. That is actually pretty sick. I also like his hat and the cane, man. He has the hardest drip, man. He literally has the hardest drip right now. That's crazy. Yo, I haven't seen physical attacks in forever. What the heck? Applies bleed hater, immunity to possession. What? Yo, I have not seen physical attacks in forever. When was the last time you guys seen one of those? So it has 59,824 power, 1.772 million life, and 30,032 speed. So anyways, let's get into the skills straight away. Wow, look at that. Sweetest Savar, okay? It is a massive dark damage to one enemy, steals life from target, and applies bleeding. That's cool. What else could we do here? So this one gains Bleeding Hater and Evil Mark. Wait, what about Evil Mark Hater? That'd be kind of cool to have because a lot of monsters can actually get Evil Mark. You know what I mean? With like the random damage boost especially. This one right here is a very heavy dark damage to one enemy, steals life from target, and applies bleeding to one enemy. So it's basically this, except it's a very heavy versus a massive. So I'm definitely going to keep the massive for sure. This one applies Blood Confident. So if I'm not mistaken, this one actually drains life from you. But this time you're actually applying it to the enemy. So I remember there was this one monster, I forgot his name. Wait, but that was Barbatos, right? Barbatos had the Covenant, except he actually drains his own life in order to deal damage. But this time, he's actually doing it to the enemy. This is obviously Vlad here. And it heals itself by 20% as well. So if you want to run it, you can. Moderate dark damage, steals life from target. No, that's too much, man. We already have 2 already. Evil Mark to itself, if you want to run that. And then Bleeding Hater with Possession immunity. I think I'm good. I already have a Bleeding Hater right here. And then, yeah, these are the 4 best skills in my opinion. Now, the stamina cost on this one is actually huge. Same with the cooldowns. Wow. The cooldowns, it's like moderate to high, and then stamina wise I would say it's high as well. But you do have a relic here. For the relic, I would go with this one right here, Star Sealer Sword, which actually gives you stamina, and there's also some extra damage for you to deal as well. For the SN, what I recommend is going with something that will bring this monster back to life. So Genesis Ascent, Shadow Years Ascent, a bunch of other ones will actually work out for this monster. The ultimate, it's a moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies nightmares, fear, and total damage reduction to everybody. Okay, so now for the runes, I'm going to go ahead and actually unlock these two real quick for you guys. So what I recommend for the runes would be one strength rune, something like this. Or you can actually do more than one strength rune, but I'm actually also going to throw in 2 speed runes like this right here for you guys. So you could do 2 speed and 1 strength, or you can actually switch this up and do 2 strength and 1 speed. You can do triple strength as well, but I don't recommend because the monster is going to be super slow. But this is the team I'm actually pairing it up with. Ignore the team life there. You don't really have to give it team life, although that's okay too. But I'm actually pairing it up with a damage booster Honan here, and Honan is one of the best, you guys already know. So we're gonna see how this plays out here. So let's go ahead and take it to the battle. All right guys, here we are in battle. I'm gonna go ahead and test this monster out for you guys. But let's actually see this monster in action here. Now I am taking in the first turn. Demonic pack hits me. I forgot I'm actually running demonic pack. I have no way of actually no. Demonic pact is good against this monster though, the attacker. But these two guys, I don't have any NERs. I have remove all tortures and apply evasion and stuff, but that's pretty much it, unfortunately. Although I think the monster can actually come back if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to do my damage boost, just a regular damage boost for now. We're not going to do anything too crazy. Now this monster is going to get a turn in. So what we can do, Blood Covenants is 1. Or we could do a massive dark damage as well. So Bleed Hater, Evil Mark, that's also another option. Let's do this one first. That's 1.4 million. You apply bleeding as well, and a bunch of like stamina removal and things like that. Now the monsters I got the turn in got 400k damage in return from those tortures. I'm just gonna do my damage mirror here. Now I triggered I triggered the anticipation here on my supporter here. So what we can do is we can remove tortures, or we could apply another damage boost. I'm thinking we do another damage boost, honestly. You know what? The monster can actually come back if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, there's Mater Genesis right there. So we'll do a random damage boost here to the monster. I know I'm going to die in a second, but I'm just doing this just because. The monster's going to come back anyways. There's Water Hater right there. So the monster died. It's going to come back. There it is. Applies, Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Wait. Shield, protect me. Wait, I think I'm actually dead. Wait, removes all tortures. Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm not dead. And this monster can't really do anything because there's evasion applied, so 0 damage. Now he gets a turn here, has a bunch of damage boost, plus I get my awakening over there, and look at the damage he's able to deal now, guys. Thanks to those damage boosts, even with the damage protection being there, I'm still able to actually do 11 million damage. If the damage protection wasn't there, we could have actually dealt a lot more. Now we can actually do this one where we trace heal everybody, apply boiling and shock, or we can actually get more damage boosts out of this monster. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on applying more and more damage boosts here to the monster and see how much we can actually do. This one removes positive status effects. There's damage boost. Let's do another one, just one more, and then I'm thinking about doing my ultimate here to them. So Weight of the Legacy right there, and look at that. Wait, Pierce. Oh, it comes with Pierce. It went straight, like right through the dodge area. That's insane. Now what we can do is this one right here. Apply the Blood Covenant and heals. So if we use this against Ural, take a look at this. Removes 20% of total life. So next turn that monster is going to lose 20% of total life. I'm not going to kill it on purpose. Let me go ahead and just let it get a turn and see how much damage that is. 101k. Let's go ahead and NER everything on my monsters there, or on the enemy's monsters, I should say. I still have the damage boost, so I'm just going to do this with the evasion, and then this boy gets to turn in. We could do Bleeding Hitter with Evil Mark, so that gives me more damage boost, plus there's Bleeding Hitter. So if the enemy ends up getting bleeding later on, that can actually help me out. You can pair it up with monsters that actually does apply bleeding, so that can actually kind of like benefit you in a way. But here it is. So this is the bleeding skill. Unfortunately, or fortunately and unfortunately, it does kill the monster, or else, we could apply the bleeding. Although, now that I think about it, it wouldn't have landed because the monster is immune to torture. I'm talking about JJ, the one that we just eliminated. We're going to do another Blood Covenant here to the monster, and we're going to PER so the life regen goes away, and that should eliminate Ural because that is 20% of his life there. So that fully eliminated the monster. And finally, we got the win. But overall, it's another interesting monster for sure. If you guys are thinking about picking it up, it's going to be part of the Golden Legends Pass. Hit the link down below or scan the QR code if you're playing on a computer. But yeah, go ahead and check the monster out in game and let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions on this monster. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. See you next one. Peace out.